This is abled and disabled.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Abled and Disabled podcast.
Welcome. What? We had a busy week this week. You saw an old friend, or a friend I should say, that used to be a support worker, so old support worker. That was good. Had a good day. Then I think you went to the shops after. Hello, Cannoli. Welcome to the podcast. Dog, get down. Puppy. No, sweet boy. Good boy. I know you love mom. Yes. Oh, you gotta say hello to me now. Say hi, everyone.
Crazy dogs.
Yeah, as soon as we start recording, they were like, we want to play. We want to lick your face. Let's go, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about endometriosis. If you don't know what endometriosis is, we can get into that. Well, specifically, Sev's journey with endometriosis. So, endometriosis is a condition in which tissue similar to the lining inside the uterus is found outside the uterus, where it induces a chronic inflammatory reaction that may result in scar tissue. It is primarily found on the pelvic region, on the ovaries, in the rectovaginal spectrum, on the bladder and bowel, but in very rare cases it has been found on the diaphragm, in the lungs, and on the brain. Endo affects 1 in 10 women during the reproductive years, but endo can start as early as a person's first period. Symptoms of endo include painful periods, painful ovulation, pain during or after sexual intercourse, heavy bleeding, chronic pelvic pain, fatigue, and infertility. These dogs, it can also impact a person's mental health, which it has impacted your mental health quite a little. Puppies, you have to behave, or we have to remove you from the room. Here, go. Be gone. They'll be back. This is what it looks like.
I have unfortunately had the worst.
Yeah, that's right. You've been through the ringer. This is what it looks like on the uterus. These are these spots here. We got this from Supernova, everyone, last year.
In 2020, I started having really bad period pain in my lower abdomen. Over time, that pain turned into pain every single day, so if I look in pain in the videos, that is why. I saw my first gynecologist in November 2020, and I had my first lap in March 2021, when he found endo and removed it from my body.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, go Nucky. Go. Go. Where's your brother? Go find him. Well, yeah.
Well, only half of it.
Yeah, only removed half, which I don't know why he did that. Maybe because he was concerned about the risk factor of you being under too long. I'm not sure. CP, yeah, being under for too long with CP, perhaps. Yeah.
After that, I started taking supplements and vitamins from a naturopath to help stop it growing, but that didn't work. I had to start taking medical cannabis to help with my pain, and it has helped a lot.
Yeah, prescribed medical cannabis. You didn't just go to a friend to ask for cannabis. It's prescribed medical cannabis. It's a special mixture for her. That didn't work after a while, so we got someone we know found your surgeon and your gyno, Dr. David Kowalski in Sydney, and you had your first appointment with him, and he was excellent. He understood everything. He's basically where people go when other surgeons don't help. Basically, that's where people go to. They go to him. And he's done your last 2 surgeries. One at the beginning of last year and the other one at the end of last year. Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, just before Christmas, on the 19th of December, you had your recent surgery.
The first one was a hysterectomy.
Yep, the first one in January last year was a hysterectomy. Not a full hysterectomy, they only removed your fallopian tubes and your uterus. They left like ovaries and like everything else in there, only because later on in life they found like people that have had full hysterectomies have had heart problems, and because you're still young, he doesn't want you to have heart problems on top of everything else.
Which I kinda wish I didn't do, because it just has created new problems.
Yeah, you have like problems with your bladder now. That you have to get up in the middle of the night a couple of times to go and stuff, and just pain in your bladder. Well, in your urethra, right? More than anything. Yeah. Saw Dr. David not last year, the year before, so 2022, the end of 2022, yeah. And then he's like, I'll help you out. But like, you also have to remember, like, hysterectomies aren't a cure for endometriosis. They only do them in like, well, you had a hysterectomy because there was endo called adeno, I think, which is endometriosis growing inside your uterus, and that's why you're having pain in your uterus, and that's why he removed it. But he also removed it to slow down the growth of endo. But it's not a cure, everyone. We think the recent surgery, he thought he found some, but he removed it, and they're gonna do testing. But we're not sure if it's endo or not. He's probably like 50% sure that it's endo. I guess we'll find out when we see him in end of January is when you see him next, or the beginning of February or something. February 2nd or something, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's excellent. I highly recommend him to people that need help with things, especially with endo and everything. He's really good. He's so nice. We might ask him to come on to talk more about endo in like medical things, I think, maybe. But we don't know. We don't know yet. we'll see what to do and stuff. So like with your recent surgery, right, the one that you just had, they put in a new treatment solution in to help with like scar tissue, to make sure endo doesn't grow as fast and stuff. And it was originally for cancer treatment, so they injected the solution into cancer cells and it reduces them and stuff. And they found out that it's been working with people with endometriosis cells, so he did that. And you said that you were less in pain than you were beforehand, which is good. So hopefully that stops the growth of your endo. Love you. Oh, by the way, the day we're filming.
Right now I am experiencing some pain.
But not a lot of pain, just a little. It's a little higher than it usually is, would you say? Yeah. When we're filming this, by the way, it's the 12th of January. Little film magic right here. It's our anniversary. It's the day we met 4 years ago. Well, the day you asked me to become your girlfriend 4 years ago. So we've been together 4 years, married almost 2 years. Oh, there's some pain. You're okay. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, in other news, I was sick a couple of days before New Year's, and then it played up on my asthma, and now I have to take medication to help my asthma. And the maximum dose I found out for adults for an inhaler is 12. Minimum dose 6. That's weird. I've always been told to have 2 puffs, no bigger than that, and then find out that that doesn't work on adults.
Good to show how the illness affects me.
Yeah, that's a little show of like the pain, how it just stops you in your tracks for everyone. Everything else, yeah, that's so like your endo journey hasn't really ended. It's kind of like right now we're still trying to figure out like treatments and like if this new treatment solution stuff works, what does that mean? Like, do you have to get one every like couple years, or is it every year that you have to get the surgery done? You don't think it's ever gonna end at this stage, but it is a chronic illness. So yeah, it might be around for, there might be days there where it flares a lot or it goes away completely. We don't know yet. And still checking out this stuff and everything. But it seems to me that the new treatment is working. You seem less in pain than you usually were beforehand. If you're wondering why there's long silences, it's because Sev's typing on her eye gaze. It takes a long time, and I don't feel weird like interrupting everything. Is it about your endo, or is it about the podcast itself? Like, what would everyone like to see in the podcast? Or it's about endo? Ooh, that's a big crunch. You don't remember? It's okay. I'll probably come to you later and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know what I was going to say in the podcast. It's like, well, we've finished filming. We can't really cut it in. We could, but I feel like Sev remembered what she was going to say. It's about endo? Or like future episodes? You don't remember? If we remember, we'll put like a little like subtitle edit somewhere on the screen going, this is what Sev remembered. Oh no. Yeah, also podcasts. What would everyone like to see in the podcast? Would you like to see more things about like chronic illnesses, like disabilities, what CP is, all that stuff, or what would everyone like to see? Like, you can do one about tattoos and disabilities, maybe. I know our next episode is going to be talking about our next episode is it's a really good one. It's called, we're going to do it on video games and disabilities. That was what you were going to say. There you go. Next episode, video games and disabilities. Like how Sev plays her Switch, how one of our friends, Ben, plays his games. I think he plays PS4, 5 or something. How he plays and all that stuff and everything. Is that it? Anything else you'd like to add about endo? That it sucks? That if you have any of the slightest symptoms, to get checked out. And it's also like a lot of doctors didn't listen to you about your endo because they're like, oh, it's just your disability. So if you do have a disability and you're experiencing extreme pain during like your menstrual cycle, to find a doctor that will listen and push your doctor to go, hey, I would like to get checked out for everything to make sure everything's okay. Very, very painful.
Very, 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 very painful.
Yeah, to get checked out, because like lots of people like brush Sev aside, saying like, oh, it's nothing, it's your disability, it's nothing like endometriosis or anything. It's also like they've done studies as like endo could be like genetic as well, that they find like if a mother and like your siblings has endo, then there's a higher chance that you're gonna have endo. Or like a cousin has endo, you might have endo too.
I do.
So like your grandmother and your great grandmother had endo, but your mother didn't have endo. Your cousin has endo. You can hear the dogs drinking in the background. I apologize. I bet it's Noki. Of course it's Noki. She's a very loud drinker, everyone. I should technically get checked, but we have so many things. Hello, Noki. Hello, baby girl. Oh, welcome back to the show. She's a good girl. My mum had endo.
Your mum?
Yeah, but none of the siblings have endo. Dog, what are you doing? Come on. I know you want to go on Mum's tray, but listen. Mum's just typing stuff, and we're in the middle of something. You can go on the tray later. That doesn't mean they don't have. Yeah, I know, I'm just saying, like, it's also like your mum didn't have it either. Sorry, Noki, I just coughed on you. I apologize. Yeah, I think... dog. But I wanna, like... What are you doing? Oh, shaking. Shaking. What's that? Don't bark at me. Shit, Noki, you can always tell Noki's gonna bark at you when she stares intensely in your soul. And she like opens her mouth slightly and you know that's when she's gonna bark. But she didn't this time. She's a good girl.
This is the dog who should be a service dog.
Noki, yeah. She's really in tune with like you if you need help or anything. She comes and gets me. Or barks at me. She's like, hey, Mum needs help. She gives cuddles too. So does Cannoli. Cannoli's picked up on stuff, like if you're not feeling well, he'll come along and lick your face, lick your ears, tell you secrets. I'm gonna push it.
I was crying the other day because I was feeling frustrated by the fact that I have chronic pain still, and Noki jumped on me.
Yeah, she was trying to comfort you. And then I think Cannoli followed, or was Cannoli asleep? Do you have to lick yourself? Noki. Just with you. You can't see her because she's behind the eye gaze. But she's here. She's looking at me like, what are you guys doing? Come out to the lounge room, please. So we can play. Hmm? You're sleepy. She was like, no, I'm not sleepy. You're sleepy. Yeah, it's just to let everyone know that Sev's like really...
Please know that I am a very positive person. Just having chronic illnesses are a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, I just hit you a little bit too hard, and then you're like just frustrated, I guess, from like the pain and everything, because you had like I think you had like a flare for like 2 days, and the pain was like really bad on the second day or something, right? And you're just really frustrated, and like it's also good to have a cry sometimes. Even though you had a hysterectomy, you still have pain. Well, yeah, it's also like, or that you still have, yeah, this is another thing, like if they leave your ovaries in with a hysterectomy, you can still ovulate and go through that cycle of like ovulation and like emotion, like PMS and stuff. So it's not, they didn't tell us that. We had to find out the hard way of going to a hospital, and they're like, oh, you still have your ovaries, you still might be ovulating, because your body still does that, which is so much fun. Not really, but you know. And have my period. You can't really have your real period. There's no way for you to have that. Oh, you brought a toy to show everyone. Okay. What toy did? Oh, both of you are here. Excellent. They're ready to go. We might have to end it here, everyone. The dogs are gonna be loud and noisy and bark at each other and growl at each other and just have a good old time on the bed that we're trying to get rid of. So we have more space on here to film. Well, thank you for listening and with us in this episode. What do you have to say? You have an ending? Oh, Connolly's here to say hello, everyone. Oh, hi guys, I'm just here to sell secrets. Get down.
I hope that helps someone who is going through the same kind of pain. In the next episode, we have a fun one.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.